Hi everyone, Anna Fox here of Equus Enlightened, and I'm going to give you 3 things you can do with or without your horse to keep making progress during this time of quarantine and self-isolation. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and my coaching philosophy though. I educate human athletes and provide the physical and emotional support they need to achieve their goals with their equine partners. So no matter what your goal is, I want you to achieve it. I have clients that rescue horses, and all they want to do is give those horses a nice, happy life and enjoy their company in the pasture. And I have clients that want to ride on the international level someday. Am I going to be that client's coach at the Olympic Games? Maybe, maybe not. But either way, I want them to achieve that goal. So I am here for you and for you to achieve your goals. I'm not here to give you riding lessons. I'm just here to optimize the instruction you're already getting or to give you some alternatives. If you've got one specific problem you want to work on or if you need to find another outlet, I'm here to help you do that. I've been riding for over 35 years, and I would have loved this forced break from school when I was in high school. I just wanted to be around my horses all the time and be in the barn. And I learned over the years that just spending time with your horses is so important. But even if you don't have the ability to spend time with your horses right now, we can still help you. I find a lot of people just get to a point in their lives and they get stuck. And I think it's really because riders are not always given all of the proper education that they need to be successful. They don't know all of the nuances of horse behavior and horse management and all of the things that can affect riding and performance. So I'm here to help you get unstuck and achieve that goal. I really believe that there should be a lot of collaboration between trainers. I mean, in every other sport, athletes have multiple coaches, and we're talking about one athlete and they might have a strength and conditioning coach, a nutrition coach, a flexibility coach, an emotional coach, a nutrition coach. And in the horse world, we have 2 athletes that we're working with, and we usually only have one coach for all the time. Why do we do that to ourselves? I don't really know, but I think it's a huge disservice to us as equestrians. So I am here to hopefully change that mindset and give you other places to find information. You know, another thing is that a lot of horse trainers just don't like to tell their clients exactly what they think the problem is. Sometimes you have a client that just needs to change their attitude, or maybe their horse management practices aren't that great. Maybe they're too tense when they're riding, and a trainer just doesn't want to come out and say that because they're afraid of losing income. And I have done it. I've been guilty of it. And then you just kind of go on struggling with this person, and neither of you is making any progress, and you're just kind of usually making each other miserable. So if you can outsource that learning and say, hey, I think this person might really be able to help you with this problem, and I think that will really make a breakthrough when you're riding and you're training with your horses, why wouldn't you do it? Like, I think we should give our clients that much respect to give them the right outlet if they need something different. And I basically started riding show hunters. I started when I was 8 years old, and when I was 11, I guess my family decided that it wasn't going to be just a passing fad. So they actually moved us to a horse farm. We had a 15-stall boarding facility. My parents were not horse people. So I spent the time between their school and my trainer's barn, which was probably a 60-stall boarding training facility. And I really just soaked up all the information I could there, learned everything I could, mucked stalls, groomed horses, rode anything, did anything and everything I could, and took that information back to my own farm. And we ran that until I went away to college. And then I was lucky enough to live in Europe and find a horse there and learn all about how they take care of horses and horses as athletes, which is a little bit different than the way we do it here in the States. But it was really good to have that education. And when I was in college, I studied athletic training and sports medicine. And that really got me thinking about how can I apply these concepts of training and rehabilitation, injury prevention to horses and even the humans that ride them. And those two paths crossing is really what led me to start Equus Enlightened. I learned a ton about proprioception and muscle memory and how those things really affect our performance as athletes, whether you're a rider or a baseball pitcher or a football tackle. Muscle memory and your proprioception is really important. Most riding instructors and trainers don't really have time to service all of their clients' needs. You think about it, you go for a lesson and they are there to help you with an issue that you're having right now in the moment. Sometimes you can get, you have a good trainer and they're willing to answer your questions and talk about things that you can do when you're not there. But a lot of times those trainers are trying to make money. So every 45 minutes they're cycling through somebody and they don't have a whole lot of time to help you with those basic goals, those basic other things that might really be affecting your performance. And I think that they kind of expect you to get some outside help, even though they might not encourage it. I think that, especially in this day and age of the internet and being able to self-educate, that trainers kind of rely on that. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you find those right avenues, to find you the right resources to help you meet your goal. And today, when we're talking about people being in quarantine and self-isolation and social distancing, your trainer may be completely overwhelmed because they're having to ride and care for a lot of horses on their own. They're not giving lessons or people can't come out and ride their horses. So if they have 12 horses in the barn, they need to ride them all every day or every other day or, whatever the training philosophy is there. And they don't have time. They don't have time to get on Zoom meetings and video chats and things like that. They're too busy caring for your horse. So what are 3 things that you can do right now, even if you don't have access to your horse, to keep making progress? And so when you do get to see your horse again, you're ready to go, you're ready to ride, and you are dialed in. The first thing you can do is just stop stressing about your horse losing ground. Your horse isn't going to forget. Even if your horse is on pasture board somewhere and the trainer is not working with your horse every day, he is not going to forget everything you've taught him sitting out in the field. And you know how I know this, because I'm sure you've done this. You planned a vacation, planned it around your horse shows, around your clinics, around whatever it is that you do with your horse. You planned this vacation, actually went somewhere for a week or 2 weeks even, and you came back and you got this horse show scheduled, let's say for 2 weeks out, and the first ride you get on your horse and he's absolutely perfect, does everything just wonderful. And you are pumped. You're like, I am so ready for this horse show. This is going to be fantastic. And then 2 weeks down the road, your horse is flat. He's back to what you expected. Why? Because, well, maybe because you rode him too much. Seriously, horses don't probably need as much work as we give them. And of course, every horse is an individual and every sport is a little bit different. But if you're meeting your horse's movement needs on a daily basis, then they really don't need riding all of the time. They certainly don't need training all of the time. And they get a little burnt out, just like we do. So don't stress about your horse, okay? As long as he's getting the movement that he needs every day, he will stay happy and healthy, and he will remember what you have taught him. The next thing that you can do is just work on your riding. And you're saying, but Anna, how do I do that? I can't ride. I can't even see my horse. Well, breathing posture and visualization exercises can be done anywhere, anytime, in any type of chair, on an exercise ball, on the ground, wherever you want. These exercises are really, really helpful, and they help build that proprioception and muscle memory that is so important to sport and riding in particular. So you can just sit in a chair in your favorite place, or if you still have to work, at work, and tune out for a couple minutes and just visualize riding that perfect movement, whatever it is for you, whatever you're working on. If it's the zigzag half pass, then visualize it. Visualize that going perfectly well and what it would look like, what it would feel like, especially what it would feel like. And soak that in and just remember. And if you do have access to your horse, if you're lucky enough to have your horse with you, then you can sit on your horse and do the exact same thing. At the walk, at the halt, you can stand there and just do that. And you'll be amazed at how much your body will remember and how much of that intention will be translated to your horse. Now, horses are masters at communicating through intention and energy. We think they do a lot of communication through body language, but that's actually sort of further down the line. After I've sent the energy to you, I've given you the look, I have, made my intention clear, then I start to put my ears back or swish my tail or do something like that. So we don't need to be as obvious with our aids as we think we do. A lot of times we just need to be more clear on our intention. And visualization is a great way to get really clear on your intention. The other thing that you can do is advance your horsemanship, right? I mean, if you're sitting around and you have time, learn something. Do you really know how your horse thinks? Do you know what motivates him? Is there one bad habit that you just can't figure out? Are there some behavioral issues that maybe crop up at the worst possible moment? What are things like quality forage and how much movement does your horse really need? What are your horse's life priorities? And are you giving your horse a life that fits his needs? Are you making him happy in his regular everyday life, not just in his training life? So there are lots of resources now out there to find those answers. And there are lots of different answers because horses are individuals just like we are. But I'm here to help you navigate those resources and find the right answer for you and your horse and make it economical and make it efficient. I will share, one of my flaws with you, which I think is I'm a little bit lazy. I crave efficiency. And so to make my farm run as efficiently as possible and still keep the horses happy and healthy and not have me have to do a ton of work. I also have 2 toddlers, so they're home with me most of the time, and things have to be efficient here. And so I say I'm a little bit lazy, but I'm just lazy in the fact that I don't want to have to do a whole lot of extra work, because trying to do it sometimes with 2 toddlers tagging along behind you is hard. So I have some ideas to help you about all of these things. And I really hope that these 3 things will give you some ideas of things to work on. But if you need more help, or if you just want to talk about, making your farm run a little easier, go and visit my website and contact me. You can also sign up, you can subscribe, and you'll get blogs and any online trainings that I'm offering. And you'll also get a free worksheet on how to help yourself right now. So thank you for watching this, and I hope that you stay happy, healthy, and safe, and welcome to Equus Enlightened. Have a great day.